Good morning. We are Joe and Alaina Tran, and we've been members of Clifton for about 3 years now. We grew up in very different faith traditions. I grew up Roman Catholic, and Alaina grew up Baptist. And when we met at grad school at Ohio State, we wanted to explore different denominations that reflected our Christian spiritual roots, but also aligned with our values that we felt like were missing from our home churches. We checked out 7 different churches at that time in grad school. That was a lot. It was a lot. We settled on King Avenue United Methodist Church in Columbus, which is also in the University District of OSU. And then we found our way here to Clifton once we moved to Cincinnati in fall 2021. It was important for us to find a church that was LGBTQ affirming and empowering of women in leadership, and one where we could also see ourselves in different stages of life as well. And we've certainly found that here at Clifton. We've had the privilege of serving alongside on the stewardship committee this fall, led by Pastor Robert, alongside Jim Bodel and Molly Sayre. One of the questions we were asked in this group to reflect on was, why exactly do we give to Clifton? This isn't the most insightful or deep answer we gave in that committee, but honestly, the first thing that came to our minds was we had set up an auto pay. So that's kind of why we give. It's really great just to set something up and know that like every week, when the plate comes along, it's taken care of already. But when we first started coming to Clifton, giving wasn't on our minds at first. It wasn't part of our normal everyday routine, not until we got married, nor was it something that we had actually talked about together. However, when we got married and we combined our finances, there was something about being accountable to someone else, talking about our budget priorities and percentages, what we want to give, that called us to make sure that our spending reflected our values. Now, Clifton Giving is part of our monthly and yearly budgeting process, just like internet, food, health, travel, and other budget items that are important to us.
When you give to the church, you cast a wide net. It impacts people you know personally and also people you will never meet. Yay, okay. We weren't sure it was going to be up there. We get to it later. One of our favorite moments every Sunday is hearing examples of where our giving goes. We especially love hearing about the different ministries Clifton supports. We know that our giving goes to a good place, and hearing those tangible, transparent examples on Sunday affirms that trust. Even just keeping the lights on is relatable and important, especially since our church home means so much for us worshiping on Sunday and community members using our space throughout the week. For us personally, we were grateful to be married at Clifton and able to use the space, plus receive counseling from Robert and email Lori countless times. Basically, when we needed Clifton, it was there. We felt comfortable and proud to invite everyone, including multiple LGBTQ wedding party members and family, to our church home. In fact, we were married right after the church lifted the ban on LGBTQ plus clergy and same-sex weddings in May 2024. So we made sure to get a wedding photo next to the Open Minds, Open Hearts, Open Doors Now official sign out front. So you might be sitting here thinking about giving for the first time or the first time in a long time, just like us when we joined. Scripture passages like the one we read today might feel out of touch if you're dealing with very real earthly financial needs. Like Molly said in her witness 2 weeks ago, whatever you give is enough, even if it's just the spiritual practice of looking at your spending and asking yourself if there's room in your heart to give. Enough will look different for you at different phases of your life, and that's okay. We love the practice of touching the collection plate as it comes along each week because it shows we're all part of a bigger community and we give what we can when we can. Thank you for giving to Clifton in all the ways that you do.